We wanted to do something a little different to start the show. PACTV has some talented staff, and we will be bringing them in occasionally so viewers can meet them and learn more about what they do here at PACTV. We thought we'd start off with our very own news director, Kim Miot, who's also one of our anchors on PCN. Welcome, Kim.
Thank you. It's exciting to be here.
It's weird you being on this side of the table.
It is.
Okay, let's start with what your background is and what brought you to the point where you are now at PACTV.
Yeah, okay. Short little history there. No, I went to college for communications and film, television as a focus. And then after college, I freelanced for probably about a year and a half, then took a full-time job all within the industry. I worked on commercials, I worked on movies, I worked on industrials for companies and all kinds of different things and all over the place. And then
were you based out of Boston?
Yep,
okay.
Out of Boston area. And then I took a job with the company for a while, and then I decided to move to California. So I moved to California.
Hollywood?
Hollywood.
Ooh.
And I worked on a sitcom for a couple of years, and that was lots of fun.
What sitcom?
Naked Truth. It was called The Naked Truth. It had Taya Leone.
Yeah.
Only had 3 seasons.
Who's now Madam Secretary.
She is Madam Secretary now.
Yes.
And I worked on that for the last 2 years of that series, and then worked on a bunch of pilots and other things after that.
What did you do on the sitcom?
I was a stage production assistant.
Which means?
Which means I stay on the stage the whole time.
Yeah.
And I run scripts to people. I have to go get the actors in their dressing rooms when it's their time, and just run things back and forth to people.
You kept everything on schedule.
Kept everything on schedule. Yeah, I just got waters if someone needed a water. I mean, you just do whatever is thrown at you, but it's really fun.
And you did it for 2 years.
I worked on that show for 2 years, and then I worked on other ones, different shows that came up, and then some of them would go off and some of them would not. So you kind of work on pilots. Pilot season, they called it.
Yeah.
At the time. It's probably very different now than it was then. It was very seasonal. Everything was in a season.
Yes.
So that was lots of fun, but I always knew, as a New England girl,
Yeah.
and my family's here, and I really knew I was going to move back here someday. I just didn't want to be in that industry forever, because I just wanted to get married and have babies, and so I moved back home, and that's when I really got into community television.
And how did you find community television?
Well, actually, I did it when I was going in my last year in high school. I actually went to my local station, and I volunteered there, and I learned a whole bunch of stuff, took classes and all that, and I made a documentary when I was there, and just learned a whole bunch of stuff. So it was always in my thought patterns. And when I moved back from California, I was just looking around for jobs. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was older now and ready to kind of get to more of a settled place. And I found a posting for a membership coordinator job in Billerica.
Okay.
I took that job, and then I moved to executive director of Bedford Station, which was a startup. Then I was there for a while, and then I moved to ORC TV in Marion, and was the executive director there, which was sort of a startup again. And then I lived in Plymouth, though, moved to the South Shore, and I lived here, and I just, always knew of PACTV, and it's a, very well-established and well-respected station among all the access stations.
Yeah.
So when a position opened up here to start this news show, I jumped at it.
Now, what have been some of the big challenges, because there was no news show before you came here? How did you go through the process of, how do I create a news show? What do I do?
Yeah, I walked in blind. Oh, definitely walked in blind, but I definitely have the skills to pull it off. And Nancy, the executive director here at the time, she knew me from other state organizations that we were on the board for, so I've known her a long time, and she knew, I guess, of my organizational skills, and thought, hey, you might be a good fit for this. And so I just kind of walked in. We started just developing an idea. She let me take a few months to really get things line up, video people, and flesh it all out. And the first, if you watch the first couple shows, they're simpler than it is now.
It's evolved.
It has evolved. It has evolved
in a wonderful way. Yes.
So it's just grown, and we're in our coming up on our 4th year.
Fourth year. And how many episodes have you done?
Tonight, this week's show is 162. So
and that's shows, and each show has 4 to 7 segments in them.
Each show has 6 stories and then a segment.
Wow.
So I don't know if I could do
Over
that kind of
1,000.
math. I think
Over
there's
1,000.
over 1,000 stories we've done in the last 4 years, covering the 4 towns that we serve, but also the region, and the segments that we do, like the local eats, restaurant review, and health and wellness, and all that sort of stuff. So the segments have really taken off, and and Get a Life with Loretta
Yep.
on now, and Leslie Cutler as well. So it's been really fun to
Wonderful.
add new things.
Yep, it's wonderful. And more to come.
And more to come.
Well, thank you so much. It's been great interviewing you today. We'll do it again.
Thank you.
Wow, that was awesome. It's so good to hear from Kim about her background and how she got to where she is. And you are not only an anchor, but you're also a reporter and a videographer. And what do you like best?
She just gives me a lot of freedom to just really capture the story. You know, when I first came here, you know, she sent me out to, I forget what the story was, but I knew I had to meet certain criteria. And I was a little nervous doing that first shoot. And from there on, she just gives me little pointers here and there, and it all kind of, it's a gradual thing, and she's just been there from start to finish. I just love working for her. It's the best news director I've had yet.
She's wonderful.
Yeah.